Hi everyone, and welcome again to another video. So I'm very excited today to bring you one of my all-time favourite rice bowl donburi, and it's called gyudon. Gyudon translated literally means beef bowl and typically consists of a bowl of steamed white rice topped with thinly sliced beef and onions, which have been simmered in a slightly sweet and salty soy-based broth. Additional toppings, like in today's recipe, can be added to the gyudon, but these are completely optional. If you're fortunate enough to live or visit Japan, you can enjoy gyudon in a number of franchise gyudon restaurant chains, such as Yoshinoya, Matsuya, and my particular favourite, Sukiya. Follow this simple recipe today and recreate the taste of traditional and authentic Japanese gyudon. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's crack on. For this recipe, you will need some thinly sliced beef. My favourite cut of beef for gyudon is ribeye. Highly marbled with a good level of fat, you'll get a distinctive rich and beefy flavour from the meat. It's also a very soft and tender cut, ideal for this dish. An alternative cut would be top sirloin, which although slightly chewier and less fatty than the ribeye, is still a wonderfully tasty cut of beef. Ask your butcher to cut your beef as thinly as possible, or simply freeze the block of beef at home. Allow to thaw slightly before carefully slicing yourself. Cut up the beef into smallish strands. Next, place a saucepan onto the hob and bring some water to the boil. Once boiling, switch off the heat and add your beef to the hot water, mixing slightly, and while still pink in colour, drain in a colander. This process will remove some of the unpleasant odour from the beef. Next, in a frying pan or saucepan, add 400 ml of dashi stock, instant or made from fresh. Click on the link for the full recipe. Add 100 ml of sake or white wine. Add 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of mirin. Add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Finally, add 1 tablespoon of grated ginger. Turn the heat on high and stir until the sugar has dissolved. Cut 1 brown onion into thickish wedges and add to the pan. Next, evenly place the par-cooked beef to the pan. Turn down the heat to a simmer. Occasionally skim the scum from the surface of the broth. Whilst the beef is cooking away, cut 2 spring onions into thin slices. After around 5 minutes, the broth should have reduced by around half, at which point turn off the heat, taste the beef and adjust the broth accordingly with sugar and soy sauce. Place some hot steamed rice into a bowl and then cover the rice with your beef and onions. You can add more or less of the broth into the bowl depending on your taste. Place on top the finely cut spring onions. Place in the middle 1 Japanese poached egg. Click on the link for the full recipe. And then finally, place some benishoga, pickled ginger on the side. So here we have the gyudon. So if you come down here. So in a standard gyudon restaurant in Japan, the gyudon will consist of a bowl of rice topped with the beef and the onions. So you'll get the option of putting on spring onions. There'll normally be a container where you can add some of your own benishoga, which is the pickled ginger. Brings a bit of acidity to the dish. Oh, look at that. Creamy, sumptuous. Lovely. So I'm going to grab some of this beef, some egg, some onion, spring onion, benishoga. Oh yeah. And then grab some of that rice from underneath. Look at that. Itadakimasu. That's so good. There are a lot of flavours going on here. The acidity from the benishoga, creamy egg, which balances perfectly with the salty and sweet beef. Another option is to add some shichimi, which is a variety of 7 different spices. So we're going to sprinkle some of this on top. Oh yeah. So soft. This dish is super comforting. Oh yeah, it's definitely one of my favourite rice bowls, gyudon. Thanks for watching everyone, until next time, bye bye.